Well, hi, and welcome to Jim's radio shop, where I've been working on a 75A-4 column receiver. Very nice radio. And as I've mentioned on almost every video, the problem with this receiver is low sensitivity. And apparently that is the problem with this model of radio. Lots of people apparently struggle with low sensitivity on this radio. Otherwise, it's a very nice set. So I'm hearing all sorts of things. I'm hearing I need to replace all these large capacitors, which I've tested them. They all seem good, so I'm not jumping at that, because it sure looks like a waste of time right now, even though some people say they can test good and still be bad. So I think what I'm more interested in is doing some general testing of the receiver. But just before I started this video, I noticed something which I'll show you here, a very curious thing. And let's see if I can get my camera a little stable looking at it. Now I'm going to have to hold this in my hand, so sorry, this may be a little bit shaky. So if we look in this area of the radio, which is the IF strip area that's in through here, we can see a number of IF cans. Now, let me get my light a little bit better here. If you take a look, you can see one right here. There's the adjuster for it. Here's another one. Turn this and you'll turn the slug up and down, and here's another one right here. Where's the slug? It's not there. Well, it's a bit of a mystery to me. It's possible it's been turned to the point where it fell inside, just fell loose. Well, that would certainly cause the kind of problems that we're having here. So I need to investigate this further. So that's going to be the topic of this video. So I'm glad you can come along for this ride. Not too sure what to think. So first we're going to have to loosen the screws here to release the can, so we can open it up from the top and take a look. I don't see any evidence of any work going on there. Okay. Let's see if we can find the right. I think that'll do the trick. So you just pull it off with the magnetism. Yes, I can. Okay, we don't want to lose these. Here's the tray. Put them in there. That one's a little tighter, but I think I can get the tool in. Lock washer, okay. Now we got to turn the set around. Put you up there. Okay. I think I'll just put it on its side for this. I think I'm going to want to look underneath it at the same time I'm looking at the top. Here. My observation right away. You can see that this is turned out quite a distance. And if you look at it, and I don't think there's really a problem here. Depends if these are two coils or not. But this one's turned out quite a ways. These ones are not. There's always a chance that somebody tried to adjust this radio. And they may not have known how to do it properly. People without instrumentation will attempt these kinds of things just using their ears and stuff like that, and it's not recommended. Not recommended at all. Okay, the can comes off. Well, it looks like it's a single slug. Turn that back in. Should really have a radio operating for this, shouldn't I? Yeah. Not showing up. See, that's a dual. What I did was I just turned this back and forth and watched the bottom slug, and of course it doesn't move because there's two slugs. This guy looks like he might only have one slug. How am I going to come to a conclusion about that? To pull this top off, I really don't like doing things like that. Okay, there's the slug. It's pretty short. Now, there's nothing else in it. So it's a single slug IF can. Okay. Chasing nothing. Okay, I'm going to turn this back out where it was. I wonder if I did that. I did my alignment. That's roughly, without even further than that. Something like that. Okay, we'll put this guy back on. Oh, it would have been nice if that was the problem. Now I'm going to have to set the radio back upside down. Oops. Boy, that's thunder I just heard. That's pretty strange thunder. My house just shook a bit. It is raining outside. Okay, I'll turn over the radio here. There we go. what's going on, man. There's another big thunderous thing there. Maybe it's my cat angrily stamping around upstairs. Ooh, if I'm not careful, I'll knock this can off. Since it's just hanging there. That didn't work. How to get nuts on the tight places. Pushing the can off. There we go. Okay. The magnetism in my tool is not helping me at this point. Oh, come on. Any luck? Yeah. Tighten that. Tighten this. I want to make sure these are tight. Okay. Now back to what we were really originally going to do, which is do some signal tracing. You know, I got a couple options here. One is to lift the AVC line from various circuits and lift it temporarily and see if that doesn't bring the radio back to life. Pretty sure I did a test earlier and I grounded the AVC line and the radio's strength came up. We could start just by measuring the AVC voltage. And when you do put a really heavy signal into the front end of this radio, the AVC does change. It does seem to operate, but only with the heaviest of signals. It's a long, slow process to do that too, since I have to identify the AVC bus line and all the connections into the, I think it controls 4 or 5 tubes. I have to find the spot where I can disconnect the wire and drop off that part of the circuit and then see if everything comes to life. And the idea there is I'm looking for a short or something of that sort that's causing the AVC voltage to be incorrect and desensitizing the radio all the time. So let's set up for monitoring the AVC bus. I think that's the AVC bus monitor there. Oh, maybe it's this green one. It's this green one at the back. Let us consult the book. The book tells all. All is revealed. Another thing too is rather than use a signal generator, apparently you can just use the calibrator signal, which makes things quite easy. It strikes me the calibrator signal is fairly strong too. Calibrator output is fed right into the antenna. We'll read the calibrator voltage with my meter here. I'm not sure you can see that. Can you see that meter? Just barely see it. That's the meter I'm going to use. I'm not looking for much in the way of voltage here. I think I'm going to clip it. Okay, so that's plugged in. Let's give it some power. Voltage now is 115, still low. Everybody's air conditioners are running, including mine. And we'll switch on. And dropped another volt, not too much. That was a little unusual. Wasn't that interesting? If you heard that anyway. There's definitely some quite a bit of static coming out of the radio at first. It sounded a little bit like a component failure type static, and then the set went quiet. Quiet because I was on. Oh, that's interesting. I was on standby when that noise was coming out. And I'm not on any antenna. Where's all that noise coming from? That's not the ABC test point. What's going on there? They What do you make of that? The set sensitivity went really good there for just a moment. Thinking it has nothing to do with this connection. What do you think that was? Okay, watch this. I'll put my hand near the antenna connection, just in space. Well, then just ready to receive, that's for sure. Let's turn down the volume here. Put on the antenna. Saw a huge jump in the ABC voltage when I did that. There it is again. There it is again. Oh. What's doing that?